Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for listening in. This is the second part to our MS conversation that we were having. I have a caregiver now in the studio. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself, and then we'll just jump right in.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you for having me as well. It's really a pleasure to be here. I'm Sadika Kibbi, and I'm a mother of 4. I have 3 sons, and Rana is my eldest daughter. And I moved to the UAE a year and a half ago, and I'm also Lebanese.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to jump right in because the audience have already heard Rana on the previous episode. You know, as a father, you know, my kid sneezes and I'm in a panic, like, oh my God, what's wrong? Are you okay? Do I need to take you to the hospital? Are you okay? Are you okay? And you know, I was in the delivery room when my daughter was born. I think I have never felt more joy and more helpless in my entire life at the same time.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I was like, this is really cool, but oh my God. How do I do this? And, you know, my daughter started college last month. She's 18 now. And
bless her.
Thank you. But I still see her as this big. I still see her as a 3-year-old running around. Baba, let's make brownies. And Baba's making brownies. Now she don't got time. Baba, I'm busy. I got to go hang out with my friends. Like, you know, so I think parenthood is, for me, that was where my life pivoted. You know, a lot of my friends talk about, you know, we have conversations, we talk. Some of my friends got married early in life, some got married late, you know, all of them had kids at different times. And we've always had these conversations. And I tell them, I'm like, I didn't feel a shift in my life when I got married. It was, all right, this is cool. I got a roommate. Cool. You know, type of vibe, whatever. But when my daughter was born, that is a distinct point in my life where I can say before and after.
I fully agree.
How did it feel when you were in Rana? You were in the UAE at the time, and your mom was in Lebanon. Yeah. So I'm assuming there was a phone call that happened. Yeah. How did that go?
Well, at first, when I received the phone call, it was my brother actually that called me. He lives here as well. So the first phone call I got is that Rana is feeling dizzy and she's not feeling well. And we've decided to bring her back home. But he did not tell me the diagnosis at first, so he kind of hid the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I was alarmed. So as a mother, when you feel that there are words that are not being said and there is more to the story.
Yeah.
So this made me kind of really push him to give me what was happening. And I was, no, this is nothing to be alarmed about, to bring Rana home, just a simple dizziness, I can come. But he said, no, we're coming. And then he said that she might have multiple sclerosis or a virus, as the doctor here gave his diagnosis. Yeah. And be prepared. She's going to be on a wheelchair. And when we land and come out of the airport, so please don't try to hide your feelings. No tears.
I would be beside myself.
Yeah.
No way. I'm emotional now.
So he was kind of preparing me. So try to be strong. Keep your tears to yourself. Don't show that to Rana. But it really hit me and I was in disbelief. So the first thing was, no way my daughter can have MS. No way this is happening to us as a family. And I really couldn't process. And I was anxious and while waiting for her to come so I can see with my own eyes to understand what was really the real situation. So there we were at the airport, her 3 brothers, her father, myself. And I saw her coming out. She had a patch on one of her eyes because her vision was affected. She was in the wheelchair and my brother was pushing that wheelchair. There was those, inner tears that were bubbling and I was kind of suffocating. And with the help of God, I kept my tears to myself. And she was in my arms, and immediately we went to the doctor's clinic. We had the appointment prepared. And as she told you, everybody barged into the clinic because there was no way to keep three brothers outside. They wanted to hear everything for themselves. Yeah. And then she was admitted to the American hospital in Beirut to do all the tests and stuff. But still, until then, I was in disbelief. It could be anything, but not MS. This is what was going in my head, you know?
That's what I was going to ask you next. At one point, did you go from, because this is how my brain has worked ever since I had a kid. And I can't explain the logic to people who don't have children. Even when I can't explain it to anybody. I think when I was younger, my mom used to say, when you have your child, you'll understand. I understand. Mom, I understand. So for me, anytime something's happened with the kids, I automatically go to Baba's going to fix it. Yeah. I will figure it out. I will get on the laptop and I will research and I will call and Baba will, don't worry, Baba got you. Baba's going to fix it. This is my job. At some point when the diagnosis got verified, and then you had that shift in mindset that, oh, this is real. Mm-hmm. This is not anything else that I wish it was that could be solved. How did that feel?
Well, in that hospital room, while everybody was buzzing around her, there was the doctor, there were 2 doctors actually, and a few interns as well. And I stood in that corner because I had traumas with my 3 sons as well when it comes to health issues. So it has been a long journey when it came to health with my kids, and at some point it affected me. I collapsed mentally, emotionally, and I had to see a psychiatrist and a psychologist as well. And happening to Rana after all these years, I was like, this cannot happen again. So I was in that corner. You can say I was totally frozen. There were no facial expressions. I kind of disconnected. This is what I remember. I completely disconnected, and she felt it and her brothers felt it. And when the doctors left, or before the doctors even left, there's this humorous incident that happened, and I turned it into a speech later. Her eldest brother noticed that I was completely disconnected, and he was like, out of the blue, while the doctors were still there and buzzing around, and he was like, Rana, how come you didn't shave your legs? And everybody was just laughing. And Rana her reply was like, Abudi, please, let me regain my vision, and I will wax, I will do a laser, I'll do anything, but please let me figure out what's happening first. And then here, he turned around to me and he was like, listen, Ma, you always told us that do never allow the fickle finger of fate to tumble your life, because life happens and you can't do anything. But keep focusing, stay focused, and try to figure out what is happening, the challenges that are happening, and try to control them, try to manage them. Do not allow fate to manage your life, because you are the storytellers and writers. So here he brought me back in the room. But I was in complete devastating mode, you can say, at that moment.
No, I can't even begin to imagine. I can't. There's certain things my brain refuses to process. And then as a parent that's gotten more and more restrictive over the years, my kid's cell phone is switched off. My head is thinking they've been kidnapped and taken to Mars. I know it's 100% illogical. Most probably they're hanging with their friends, as they usually are, and the phone got, battery ran out or whatever, and You know, I mean, but these things, again, like, you know, as a parent, you're always trying to fix. I remember when the kids first got these iPhones and whatnot, and I told them, I said, listen, you want to have the privilege of having a phone? There's 2 very basic rules. 2 rules. Baba has 2 rules. First rule, if I call, I don't care where you are, what is happening. If you're in the middle of a movie, you're in the bathroom, I don't care. You answer. You never not answer. This is rule 1. Rule 2, your phone cannot run out of battery ever. Take a suitcase full of battery banks if you need. It cannot run out. If any of these, and this by the way still stands, if any of these 2 are violated, I will give you a lanyard to hang around your neck with one of the old Nokias that runs for like 1 week. And your smartphone will be taken away.
Yeah.
They've taken it to heart. Alhamdulillah, ya Rab. I have never had a situation where they don't answer or whatever. At best, now my daughter's in, while they were in school or even now that she's in college, I'll just get a text, Baba in class. I'm like, okay, call me after. That's like the exception.
Yeah.
If you're in class, just at least you texted me back. I know you're alive. No, you haven't been kidnapped. Talk to me about after, you know, when she was going through the initial treatment and, you know, this is when it's fresh and the whole family's trying to deal with it. And, you know, you're obviously seen as a figurehead in the family.
Well, when all this happened and that moment in the hospital, I kind of pulled up my mess, if you want. And I just remembered my 3 sons and what I went through. And ever since, I mean, my eldest son, who comes after Rana immediately, he had an issue at the age of 2. And then I would never, ever treat my kids as lesser human beings. And Sadika, now this is going to be implemented again. Rana is still Rana. Nothing has changed, although she has multiple sclerosis now, although she will have, let's say, a certain condition or whatever, but Rana will remain Rana. And then I made the decision that she will remain independent. And I have to give her that independence. I'm not going to be that suffocating mother who's going to be over her head all the time, helicopter parenting, whatever. No, she will continue to do whatever she's done. She will do her choices. She will do, and I'll be there to support. She will know that I will be there at any time, whenever she needs to speak, whenever she needs any support, I'm there for her, but nothing more. She will lead her life as she used to lead her life.
That's amazing. I don't think I could do that. My daughter makes fun of me now. She goes, Papa, you call me now more than I'm at college than I was at school. I'm like, so? What's your problem? I call you what did I want? Don't bug me.
Yeah.
What's interesting is you were also grandma.
Yes, I am.
You know, when the diagnosis came in and you flew out to Lebanon, you had children, you know, so you were grandma at the time.
Yes.
You know, ever since I had kids, my mom calls me and I answer the phone. Hello, Mama. How's everything? Good. How's Abdullah? Good. How's Zoha? Good. Okay, bye. Mama, I'm also okay. Yeah, whatever. You know, like I've just been like ignored ever since I had kids, ignored. My mom lives 10 minutes away. She comes over every day, every other day, not to see me, and I've said this many times. I've told her too. I'm like, at least maybe once, just fake say I'm here to see Ali. Just fake say it. She literally called, oh, we're thinking of coming, me and your dad. Where's Abdullah and Zoha? Zoha's in college. She's not going to be back till late. Abdullah's gone with his friends. Okay, we'll come tomorrow. Mama, I'm home. You can come see me. So how did it feel? You have grandchildren in the picture, and now your daughter, you know, got rolled in a wheelchair. What were your thoughts towards the grandchildren?
Well, when Rana was brought in with my brother to Lebanon, the kids were still here with their father because they had school. So they came in later. She was out of hospital and she was back home. And by the time I got hold of my emotions and shoved everything on the shelf till later. And you know something that we have a saying in Arabic, ما أغلى من الولد إلا ولد الولد, which means who is more precious than your child are your grandchild,
Yes.
children. And this is not true. Your children will remain the most precious gifts you've ever had. My grandkids, I love them so much, of course. They are very precious, of course. But I'm here to spoil them.
I was just going to say,
More than that.
I asked my dad.
No parenting.
I asked my dad many years ago, because my dad and me, we've had a very traditional relationship in the, there's a little bit of formality, there's a little bit of distance, there's a little bit of, get your shit together, son, type of, tough love, which is fine. I grew up with it. I'm good. But my dad and my son are like best friends. Since he was a toddler, they're wrestling and they're fighting. I come back from the university to the house. 2 of the sofas are turned over. I don't know what's going on. And, after a certain point, when Abdullah got bigger than my dad, and also my dad's now 70, I had to tell him, I'm like, Abdullah, you can't fight with Dada like this anymore. Why? Why can't I fight with him? I want to fight with him. I'm like, you are very big. You will hurt him. And he's not going to say no because he wants to play with you. Find other ways to play. I never had the amount of play time they had. And I not because I was jealous, but I just was inquisitive. I'm like, wow, you are so different. Mom also, but mom is, this motherly thing is there. She'll call me, did you have lunch? Yes. Okay, I'm bringing lunch. Mama, I just said I had lunch. So what? You're going to eat another lunch. I'm making it. So that's always still, even now it's there. But with dad, it was such a difference. I'm like, is this the same guy? Is this my father? What?
You'll experience that very soon.
Inshallah, inshallah. And then he told me, I asked him, like, Baba, if you don't mind me saying, what the hell? I don't understand. He goes, with you, I had responsibility. With your kids, I have zero responsibility.
Exactly.
My job is to have fun. My job is to spoil them. I'm like, this makes so much sense. This makes so much sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so the plan was when the kids were amongst us is not to talk about MS, not at this stage, because first of all, Rana needs to figure out how she would talk to them about that. And it was just like mama's sick. That was the only thing we spoke about. And we tried to kind of have a schedule for them, activities, going out with their uncles and with the rest of the family. And things went very well until Rana was okay and she regained her balance back, her vision back. She started slowly kind of introducing what was happening and what she was feeling about. And this is how we worked it out with the grandkids.
That's good. That's good. You told me you moved to the UAE a few years ago now?
A year and a half ago.
Okay. How's that been? You have, I'm assuming, much more interaction with your daughter and your grandchildren.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I have 7 grandkids, and number 8 is on the way.
The best news.
Yeah.
Babies are blessings.
Yes. Something very important to keep yourself mentally and emotionally fit is to fill out your time. Al-faragh in Arabic, or having this empty space doing nothing, it gets you worried. And it gets your mind ongoing, and you start having movies in your head.
Yeah.
And drastic movies, not happy movies,
I know what you're talking.
So I'm glad that I am an entrepreneur now. I'm glad that I have my own thing as well. And this is how, and I've always respected, since the beginning, I always used to say I'm raising independent individuals, independent human beings.
Very nice.
Because you never know, maybe this second I might leave this planet. So you never know. So I need to equip them. I need to, as Rana said, the power is within. I need to help them find that power for them to keep going. So this is my utmost, if you want, fulfillment in life, that I know that I brought up independent human beings to this life. And
I think that's great.
they know how to They know how to face challenges. They know how to overcome whatever obstacles they might encounter in their lives. And when coming here, of course, Rana now is close. She can reach out more easily, but she's independent. I don't hover over her head. Even the grandkids, as you said, like your dad, I'm best friends. Anytime they want to come over, they sleep over at my place. We have our own special moment.
Excellent.
Yeah. So Rana's leading her life as she used to lead it. Nothing has changed.
Alhamdulillah, I like it. I like when I hear it. This is very nice. Alhamdulillah. What advice would you have to caregivers who are, freshly dealing with somebody in their family having been diagnosed with something?
Yeah. First of all, take care of yourselves. Because if you're not strong, if you're not mentally healthy and emotionally healthy, you cannot take care of other people. The first thing you need to do is take care of yourselves so you can offer care and give care to whomever is around you. So that's number one. Number two, do not hover over their head. They still are human beings. They still are, as I said, they're no lesser human beings. So the power is in them. Help them find that power. Whether if you cannot help them do that, maybe you can kind of give them an advice to join a course, a workshop, keep going, do their passion, whatever they want to do, help them do it. And number three, keep in mind that we're not eternal beings, and these people need to stand on their own feet no matter what, and find their way through their challenges and obstacles. So, yeah, and then something very important. Mental health is not a taboo. Depression is not a taboo. We are human beings. We have our ups and downs. Reach out for help. There is nothing wrong with going to a psychiatrist, psychologist, a coach, anyone that can give you that support or that can give you mainly that listening ear. Because as we were speaking earlier, we thought listening was listening. Actually, we hear. We don't listen. But listening is a totally different level. I mean, you really need to listen to those people. You really need to be there, present. And I like this quote by John Maxwell, who is my mentor actually, and he says, "Life is in session. Are you present?"
That's deep. I agree.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. I really, really appreciate the time you took out to come talk to us today.
Most welcome. I'm so happy to be here, and pleasure, and any help I can offer.
I think this is what we're doing now is exactly what's needed. And, we were discussing this prior to recording, is that the more conversations we're able to have, the more conversations we're able to share. Even if one person has the courage to say, you know what, I'm not having a good day. I'm not okay.
Exactly.
I need to reach out and ask somebody for help. I think that makes all the difference. Going to go back to what my mom has taught me over many years, and she one of the things she says even now, she goes, whatever little you do will create ripples and ripples of wellness in your community and your society. So you keep fighting the good fight, and you keep doing whatever you can in the capacity you can, and then with time and with effort, people will come to the cause, and people will help with the cause, and the word will spread, and goodness will spread. It's in the nature of goodness to be spread.
Yes. So true.
Thank you so much once again, everybody. Thanks for listening in.
Thank you.
I'll have a lot of details down on the texty part of the posts, so you can click and look at the different resources that are available and the information that is. Once again, thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.